Dude, I just made this from freaking plastic, bro. Mates, you see this device behind me? It turns plastic into gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Made over half a gallon of plastic diesel. Diesel I made from plastic waste. This is my plastic to fuel reactor. Now, I've recently gotten my unique design patent pending, and I am in extravagant mental health. What's up? I just finished running my plastic to fuel reactor behind me here. Let's see some of the fuel I got out, yeah? Look at that. That's from plastic. This is diesel I made from plastic waste. I am here and I have brought with me plastic diesel. This here is plastic diesel. Scientifically proven to be cleaner than pump diesel. Turn some plastic into fuel. There we are! Yeah. There you are! Not even a stomach! Look at the jar! The jar is empty! Alright, listen everybody. I can't go into too much detail, but there is some very, very odd stuff going on. I'm certainly under attack.
Oh man, so for the past few days, the internet has been going crazy because they're trying to figure out where the heck is this guy going, alright? So this is Julian Brown. He got very, very popular on social media, TikTok specifically, and Instagram because he was trying to figure out how to turn plastic waste into actual fuel that you can use for pretty much anything, diesel fuel as well. Now it is a process that has been done before, but he's trying to find a way to streamline the process and make it cleaner and more efficient and less pricey. So that's what he's doing, and he's doing it all in his backyard, alright? So he's been documenting this entire thing on social media. And in the opening clip, you seen a montage of some of the success he's already had. So that boy been doing his thing, alright? But then you heard him say that he felt like he's under attack. Alright, I'm not gonna scare y'all any further. Social media was wondering where he was because he hasn't posted in a while. But his mom says that he's okay, he's just keeping a low profile. Alright, I just want to make that clear for y'all. But I'm gonna show y'all why people like Kyrie Irving became so invested in the situation that he told Streamer You Raised that, yo, I'm putting together my team and we gonna go find this dude.
Say hi to chat. Yeah.
What up?
Look, listen. I know you said last time.
We're trying to find Julian Brown just to give you a chance. Just to give you an update.
You're trying to find him? The oil guy?
I'm just saying, bro. It's real stuff going on. That's what I'm saying.
What do you think? What do you think?
I know you two talking about. I know you casually going over it, but it's some real stuff going on. That's all.
What do you think they did with him? Do you think he's like alive?
No, stop. I'm not joking around. I'm not trolling about this stuff. I'm not doing this with you. I just called to tell you. That's it. It's real shit.
Like, this is a real. Like, listen. Look at me. This is a real.
You trying to troll it?
I'm not trying to. Yo, Kai. I'm not trying to troll. Cause
geniuses need protection. Our young geniuses need protection, bro. And you over here, you don't catch.
No, I'm not. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. I'm dead ass. I'm for real. Stop. They're gonna say L Rage. Listen, I am dead ass too. We need to find him, nigga. Let's find him. We have the resources. Right?
We're trying to figure it out.
And that is the best way. We have thousands right now in our chat, in chats. Chat, I think that's the best. Like,
we might need everybody to turn into investigators for sure.
And that's why I was asking him, what would you do?
He said he was in trouble, and I think a lot of people reached out, and we were worried. So we got to make sure that we found something.
So per usual, Kyrie was ready to stand on business, but once again, Julian's mom has reported that he is safe, okay? But let's get into what he's been up to on social media. Okay, if you guys want to give him some support, his TikTok is Nature Jab. Pause it right there to read that, to go follow him on TikTok. But in this video right here, he talks about his own self-made gas station, how he did the whole setup right here.
So I've created my own gas station that makes fuel from plastic waste. Let's go. So this is plastic crude oil. And as you can see, we have quite a bit of this plastic crude oil. Well, it can be fuel, but we need to refine it and clean it up. So let's do that.
Now, he has done some more experiments to like build this shit up to a crazy point. I'm gonna wait to the end of the video to tag this on there so you guys can see this process. This shit is crazy as hell. But just for the sake of the story, he's been having a presentation to show how his fuel could start the engines of a truck.
Eugene, Oregon. Eugene, Oregon. I am here and I have brought with me Plasti Diesel, a diesel alternative made from plastic waste. A diesel alternative that has just passed a diesel test certification and has been scientifically proven to be cleaner than pump diesel. And today we are about to make history because we're going to run the first ever modern common rail fuel injection diesel vehicle ever off of plastic waste in all of human history right here in Eugene, Oregon, baby. So we got the engine, we got the fuel. Are you guys ready? Yeah. Let's do it. So right now, everybody, we are sucking all of the real diesel out of the fuel filter of this Volkswagen Passat. So the fuel filter of this Volkswagen TDI Passat has just been sucked to dry of all the real diesel, and we're going to be putting my Plasti Diesel made from plastic waste inside of there. Just enough.
Yeah, should be perfect.
So right now the Plasti Diesel is being primed throughout the system, so we're just clicking the engine on, clicking it off to get that fuel pump to pump it around before we... There we are! Yeah. Like nothing! So smooth! Wow!
That's crazy.
Wow! Look, that's even easier than I thought it was gonna go. That was just... It's running.
Sounds nice.
What do you guys think?
Fucking made it, brother. Let's go, baby.
Yes, sir. And guys, this is the first modern diesel engine I've ever run off of my fuel. So you guys were here. First ever, right here. It works.
That's crazy stuff.
We did it. Eugene, Oregon, right here, baby. Yes, sir.
That smells cleaner.
Hey, come back here. They say it smells cleaner. The exhaust smells cleaner. Hey, just like the science paper said.
Electric cars.
Now he's had his fuel tested as well, and he's saying octane levels is higher for sure than 87 grade gas.
The ethane and methane being dissolved in here actually give it a high octane. Now, I don't know what the octane number is. They weren't able to get it with this test. However, we know from the engine tests I've done, this has left a little bit of a white chalk on like the end of the exhaust tips of the vehicles we put it in, and that is a sign indicative of a high octane. We still got to figure out what the octane is, but from anecdotal evidence, this has a higher octane than 87, almost guaranteed.
We're gonna come back to that for sure, Once again, it's more of the technical, nerdy stuff that people may be interested in. I'm gonna put this towards the end of the video, but to keep the story going along. But then, as you guys know, people naturally wanted to debunk what he was doing. So this dude put out this video right here.
Guys, come on. There's no way you guys are this gullible. This is Julian Brown. He has been making the rounds on social media for about a year and a half because he's made some sort of alternative fuel made out of plastic. Yes, this is real. Yes, this has been around for decades, and the concept of it has been out longer than that. Why don't we use this kind of fuel? So when you make this kind of fuel, it pollutes the environment twice. One, when it's being made, it pollutes the immediate area immediately. It's terrible to breathe in, right? It could kill the people making it. Two, when you use the fuel, when you burn it, you're basically just burning plastic, which is terrible, again, for the immediate area. he's not missing, but he definitely wants you to think he is. I get it. He's trying to grow clout for his social medias and shit. But no, he is not missing. The government is not gonna take him down. The only thing taking him down is these fucking plastic fumes and these chemicals that he's basically poisoning himself with.
And there's another guy who wanted to come and debunk what he had going on, saying that he's speed running to cancer. All right.
If you're on chemistry TikTok or conspiracy TikTok, you'll have witnessed this guy before. This is Nature Jab. He claims to have made fuel out of plastic, which he has, given the benefit of the doubt.
100% plastic waste. And here I have plastoline, gasoline alternative that I made 100% from plastic waste.
So here's the thing. This is batshit butt naked insane. You can make biodiesel. You can make diesel out of a lot of things. You can make diesel out of corn oil. You can make diesel out of used motor oil. You can also make diesel from burning plastic. But what's the problem with burning plastic at home to make fuel? You make literal cancer juice. Basically a bioweapon to your entire neighborhood.
What we have here is a beautiful vintage truck.
So what he doesn't mention is, in order to get this old Chevy to run off of his plastoline, you would have to heavily modify the motor to accept that. The way that he's like presenting this is kind of deceitful. Like, this isn't just a regular truck. He modified this engine to be able to accept this fuel.
We're about to put plastoline inside of a truck and run it for the first time in history.
First time in history is kind of weird because I've seen him do this like tens of times. I've seen him do this a lot. He's been around for years.
It's no different from gasoline. Yes, it's different. So this is not.
Okay, so he's having people waft all of this benzene into their lungs. That's awesome.
Plastoline. Let's do it.
All the comments on this post are like, protect this man at all costs, careful bro, leave blueprints, I don't know, before they get you. The thing is, people have been doing this for decades. People have been doing this for years. The problem with burning plastic waste to make it into fuel is that it's pretty much impossible to separate different types of plastics to melt them down to become this. Different types of plastics have different properties, and you can't just combine them all and burn them to make fuel in a way that is both efficient and safe. Because Nature Jab isn't like taking one specific type of plastic and its plastic waste to make this fuel. Certain types of plastics like PVA, when you incinerate it, it can make benzene, which is super carcinogenic, and you shouldn't be around those vapors. You especially shouldn't be around a combustion engine burning this liquid. So many people in the chemistry community have warned him that what he's doing is actually super dangerous and super irresponsible, and he just doesn't care. From what I've seen, he'll either like straight up deny it or accept the fact that what he's doing is dangerous and say that he's trying to think of ways to fix it. Over time, he's proved that he's not doing anything different. I think what he's doing is putting a lot of people at risk, and the Cash App at the bottom is kind of crazy. By the way, if Big Oil would someone for coming up with a gas alternative, why didn't they take out Elon Musk? Like, surely electric vehicles would be a bigger problem for Big Oil than Nature Jab and his cancer juice.
This is a video that Julian posted himself, with this dude trying to criticize him, and Julian is straight up saying like, bro, chill out, man. You trying to expose me or approach me or confront me, whatever. This ain't that, my boy.
You give people the hope that you are actually producing gasoline. Well, in fact, the analysis shows that it's benzene and styrene, so it's not gasoline. At best, extremely misleading to say that it's gasoline, and at worst, it's a scam.
Listen, Peter, I respectfully disagree with you with that definition of calling it a scam. For one, because like I said, nowadays, I make sure I say that every product I make is an alternative and compare it to what it works with. And two, you say I'm not making fuel, but if I'm making a product that comes over and I can put it in an engine and it burns and it runs the engine, by definition, whether it's a clean fuel or dirty fuel, is a fuel. And for three, I always tell people over and over again, the point of this machine is not even to make fuel. The point of this machine is to truly destroy plastic waste on a chemical level, which it does do, and even the scientific results show. You didn't come back with results saying this is plastic. You know what it said? These are petrochemical products of plastic. For four, Of course, I tell people I'm innovating the process of microwave pyrolysis. And no matter what you say, look at this machine behind you. This is indeed a functional and constantly innovating and being upgraded microwave pyrolysis reactor. So by definition of a scam, my claims of what I'm doing are not what's not happening here, right? I'm literally saying I'm building a machine. You see the machine is working right now live before our eyes. I'm saying I'm making a fuel product, and maybe it's not clean. I never said it was clean, right?
No,
But it does.
Okay, so videos like this started to raise the concerns for folks because Julian was clearly focused on his purpose, and he was saying things like this, you know?
I know that I'm not gonna live long, and that's why I put every day, every hour, every minute into building, into growing. Why am I out here working on this plastic in the fuel reactor I've been working on for 5 years, since I was 17? Why am I out here in 100-degree weather? Why am I out here despite being falsely accused and reported to the EPA and the IRS? Why am I out here despite weird black helicopters that turn off their radar transponder circling me 6 times at night? Why am I out here sleeping in my van, crazy humidity, mosquitoes, gnats flying in, and yet I still do it? Why am I out here despite having to drive 4 hours every time I want to work on this machine? Because when I was doing it in my parents' backyard, I blew myself up and I had to go to the hospital for 2nd-degree burn surgery. I do this because this is my mission that I've assigned myself to. I do this because I do not fear death. I do not fear suffering or uncomfortability. You know what I fear? I fear allowing an idea of something that may not even exist or happen have enough control over your entire life to where you're not even really living your life. That's the only thing I fear. And thus, I am completely set on what I want to do here, and nothing will steer my course but myself. And I am not a quitter. And now that I've set my mind on this, because I wish to liberate humanity, I wish to liberate humanity from this cycle in which we're bound by waste, in this cycle in which we're bound by division, in this cycle in which we're bound by not knowing ourselves. I wish to free us all from all of this. And now that I'm set on that mission, I'm not giving up. And so it will happen, no matter what. Because you know what, to me, when I'm building something, I expect it to be hard. I expect it to be uncomfortable. I expect it to be difficult. You know why? Because that's the whole point. You have to suffer to grow. You have to feel uncomfortable to attribute value to what you do. So you may see this and you see a piece of metal with certain pieces of metal welded onto it, but I see it for what it really is. I see it because when I see this, I can go back in time to not just putting it together, but the motivation as to why I put it together, the hope, the purpose, the passion, all right here embodied. My soul is within this, just as yours is within anything you do and put your mind to as well. So if you wonder why I'm out here and why I'm not gonna do anything else but continue to stay on this mission until I see it through, until I say it's complete, that is why. Because it doesn't matter what anything externally is, there is no threat, there is no uncomfortability, there is no amount of suffering that will steer me from what I wish to do, because that is the life I wish to live. It's inevitable.
I hear that man say he ready to die behind this shit. You gotta respect it, dog. But then a post like this right here really can have people concerned and scared because he said that he was under attack.
All right, listen, everybody. I can't go into too much detail, but there is some very, very odd stuff going on. I'm certainly under attack right now in many different ways, and I just want everybody to know to just kind of have your eyes open. And I have my eyes open, but there's a lot going on. So I'm still working, I'm still building. Nothing's gonna stop that. But I'm just telling you guys right now, be on the lookout because I'm under attack.
So after that point, he didn't post on his social media for weeks. But once again, like I told y'all before, his mom has confirmed his safety. She won't give his location, but they just laying low and trying to keep everything cool because of what they feel like maybe a security risk, all right? But I hope that this doesn't derail his plans as he's working on what he got going on, you know? But in reaction to some people saying some things, dude says unpopular opinion, the best way to keep him safe is don't share any updates at all. Dude says bro wanted a conspiracy theory so bad. DJ Vlad says I'm glad the gasoline companies let him go after kidnapping him. Vlad, boy, chill out. I'm more worried about his mental health than anything. I agree, because he really focused on this thing. But dude, regardless of what happens, I think he's smart as hell. And I wonder if he taught himself all this stuff. People should be looking to get that man a job, dog. But person said, thank God, we need an updated video from him to make sure. Let us know you good, King. We need video confirmation. Can we see proof he's okay? The terms he's used remind me of someone coping with psychosis. I could be wrong, but it's possible. I didn't know about psychosis until I did. Symptoms may include loss of touch with reality, lack of insight into the condition, not knowing something is wrong, and paranoia. Nami and Beam are great orgs that help raise awareness for mental health conditions and provide support. Sending love and prayers to Julian and his family, regardless of the cause of his video. And you know, that's something to look into, because he is around a lot of chemicals and stuff. I don't know, but it is something to want to rule out. And it is a project that he's fixated on, so things like that can cause that. But regardless of anything, the man is a genius. We know that for sure. And this dude says it's so sad because over the past year, you read his comments and people joke that he'll get kidnapped one day with him sharing these alternate fuels, and that's true. I seen it earlier, but in his comment section, there's mixed people telling him to be careful because they're saying that oil companies are going to be upset with him doing these type of things. Dude was saying rest in peace, Julian Brown. This over a year ago. Awesome knowing you. Over a year ago. Someone putting up a recent comment saying, we tried to tell, bro. Damn, big dog, where you at? But like I told y'all, I want to show y'all what he been up to, man. Check out this video right here with him building this rig. This shit is crazy.
Okay. I'm so grateful that I was not injured in any way during this, because this was one of the most dangerous things I've ever done. And that says a lot, considering this, you know, that over there, that distiller, that's the same one that blew up on me, you know, that led to this. So yeah. All right, everybody. Today, I'm going to be doing probably one of the most dangerous things I've ever done in my entire life. You see these humongous pipes down here? Well, they're going to have to go on the top of this machine. There's so many reasons why this is dangerous, and like I said, that's why I'm live streaming. Just like the diagrams, the schematics I showed online all those times ago, it was like a few months ago, we need these on top, so. I've done it. Ladies and gentlemen, the hoist system is held up. Winch has done it. There it is. It's up. Unfortunately, my bolts are too small. These are 3/4 of an inch. I need to get 7/8 of an inch bolts to be able to have enough torquing capability to close this gap and seal the face. And so unfortunately, I cannot complete it. But it was very scary to do this. Very much a fight. The hoist system held up great. This winch held up amazing. The wood all looks fine. The blades, it loaded inside this top chamber. I need to go ahead and put the rest of the plumbing pipes the top of all of these fittings. I also need to go ahead and complete my general pipes for the reactor. I need to set up the high pressure lines, which will go into these tanks over here to store the plastic made natural gas. I've been having an issue, unfortunately. I bought a vacuum pump, a oilless vacuum pump, and it's been defective, so I've been going back and forth with the manufacturer to get a replacement. Who knows when that's gonna come? So that's gonna suck to get the machine under vacuum with this tiny one for now. Get all of this under vacuum and this big chamber. But yeah, and then I also have to do more electrical work and pneumatic air work to get this big valve plumbed in. And then there's another valve up here that's going to be the same. I have to do that, you know, hook it up with the relays. Oh yeah, I had a small electrical fire that happened here. I fixed that, don't worry.
Okay, here he talks about how potent his fuel is.
They did not see any forever chemicals. They did not see any microplastics. They did not see any carcinogenic compounds that are environmental hazards in this. If the government didn't have their eyes on me before, they certainly have their eyes on me now. I just had my plastiline, gasoline made from 100% plastic right here, analyzed. And the guy who ran the sample, you know what he said? His words, not mine. He said, I ran it And this thing right here has no business being a fuel additive. This is so clean. This is a fuel alternative. So we did a GC, a gas chromatograph from the range of C1 to C5 for the plastiline. So in short, it was not a full spectrum test. It didn't give us the octane, unfortunately, but it did show us the compounds, the general compounds, and we can compare that to C1 to C5 of gasoline. Now, the compound range of C1 to C5 in the plastiline is cleaner. It's better composed than that of gasoline from the pump. And that's fact. We have the paper, the sheet here to show it. You see ethane, methane in there, isobutane, pentane, isopentane. The ethane and methane being dissolved in here actually give it a high octane. Now, I don't know what the octane number is. They weren't able to get it with this test. However, we know from the engine tests I've done, this has left a little bit of a white chalk on like the end of the exhaust tips of the vehicles we put it in. And that is a sign indicative of a high octane. We still got to figure out what the octane is, but from anecdotal evidence, this has a higher octane than 87, almost guaranteed. This did not show the emissions if this were to burn. However, it did show the general compounds. And like I said, the general compounds of this are very clean. So we got to do the full spectrum test. That did not include the octane, for example, as well as every compound after the C6 range. Now, when you're doing gasoline, the C1 to C5 range is the most important because unlike diesel, you want the shorter hydrocarbons to be the cleanest. We saw this was composed of a lot of ethane, methane, isobutane, isopentane, pentane, and butane. All of those are clean burning hydrocarbons that are also not overly carcinogenic in any way. What we're going to do next is general emissions test of the plastiline and the plastadiesel. See if we can pass a standard emissions test out the exhaust of a vehicle, and then we're gonna get the plastiline and the plastadiesel going through the absolute certification range, all the tests that they have. But so far, just like the plastadiesel, plastiline is looking great. So we're doing it, guys, changing the world. I'm able to make fuels that, if they're not, look, at the least end, these fuels I make are just as good as what you get from the pump. But on the other end, they're better, right? Well, we already saw the diesel is better. But is the plastiline better? We're going to see soon.
Okay, and right here he talks about his sunscreen that he sells.
Everybody, today I'm sacrificing my beautiful mother to the Illuminati, aka the mosquitoes, the Mosquito-nati. But I'm giving her this Zap Aroma, my all-natural mosquito repellent. So you are subject to a test.
All right, let's see
your
how
life.
this works. Only because I trust you.
What do you think about it?
The packaging is lovely. Let's see the smell. It smells wonderful.
Yeah? Does it smell like a bug repellent, like chemically?
It doesn't. No.
Well, okay.
Let's see how it feels.
Yeah. It smells like a body butter.
It does. It's just like a body butter, like your other products. And it feels good.
Excellent. And so what has your experience been in your life with mosquitoes?
I am a mosquito magnet. I even contracted chikungunya years ago from a mosquito bite. So yeah, I'm definitely mosquito bite prone. So this, I appreciate my son. You made for me.
Yes, yes. So you guys see I'm sacrificing her because she could get diseases from this. So we're going to see if it really works. All right, so you guys just want to make sure you apply this to every surface of your body because the mosquitoes will go where it's not applied. So there you go. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. All right, so my mom is going into the worst spot in this entire backyard where the mosquitoes are.
So far, they're staying away completely.
You don't even see any.
I don't even see any.
And they are back here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Look.
Yep, there's one.
So they're coming for me.
Okay.
They're not going to. Why are they ignoring her? Look at all this fresh meat right here. Why are they coming to me? Ow! Why are they coming over here to me? Get my mom.
This is amazing. This never happens. I am truly a magnet. Anytime I come outside, they swarm me.
Oh, look, I see them behind you. I see them behind you trying to get you. Wow. They're trying. They're trying.
I see one.
Yeah, they're not landing on you, though. Look.
Not landing.
Mosquitoes, you guys have all of this surface area. Why are you flying above her? They're like trying to find the best angle of attack. But they're another one. Me. I gotta get it.
That's pretty amazing.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Okay, I can see them.
I see a big one there.
Yep. They're around here. They're just like, dang it, we can't get. Oh, there's one down here by your leg that's trying. Let's see. Nope, it is not landing. My mom is not being sacrificed to the Illuminati today. Thanks to the Jabberoma shield. Zapparoma, get you some Zapparoma, jabberoma.com.
I'm proud of you, son.
And thank you, Mom. I love you.
I love you too.
Are you worried at all?
Just a little bit, because I don't like mosquito bites.
Yeah.
But I'm confident in you.
Okay,
You are an amazing innovator.
Thank you. Well, there you go. And now you can keep that, so you'll have your own mosquito repellent.
If y'all want to support his products, man, it's at jabberoma.com. Jabbaroma. These are his products that he's made himself. Sunscreen, natural bug repellent, and natural deodorants. All right. Listen, man, I'm glad the homie's safe. I hope he's okay mentally and all that good stuff. And I hope his future's bright, dog. Good job, mama. You did your thing with this boy. Let me know what you got to say in the comment section below. I'm going to get up out of here, though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.